For some families, the presence of a nanny or a babysitter goes beyond just being necessary. It's a luxury. And in the rich, upscale neighborhoods of Boston, this luxury can be quite expensive. Over the course of her career, the main subject of today's video has worked for 12 different families in the Boston area, caring for their children, keeping their houses clean, doing their shopping and preparing their meals. For those families, Gloria, who is in her 60s, was worth every penny of her $38 and her wage. She was responsible, trustworthy, and even enjoyed a good reputation within the community. But things would change drastically when she took a job from one of the wealthiest men in Massachusetts. In 2019, Owen Palmer hired Gloria to care for his 3 young children. They both moved out of the house, leaving the children under Gloria's supervision. With no other help, she found herself taking care of 3 children all day, every day, with almost no break. According to her, Owen drove her to the hospital, paid for her treatment, and gave her $600 in cash. Gloria thought that everything was fine and returned to work. But 2 weeks later, she miscarried a 3rd time. People started talking about whether Owen was cheating on his wife with Gloria, and Gloria started receiving and wanted advances from him. Despite all this, she continued working for the family until one day she decided to confront Owen. She wanted answers. Why did he let her get pregnant so many times? And why was he paying for her medical expenses? Once again, Owen did the same thing, driving her to the hospital and giving her money afterwards. Gloria knew that she wouldn't have been able to get an abortion without Owen's money. Eventually, Owen admitted to coercing the women into abortions and was ordered to pay each one $100,000 plus legal fees. She will never forget what he did to her, controlling her body, manipulating her into unwanted pregnancies, and forcing her into multiple abortions. He was able to maintain a facade of being a caring husband and father while engaging in multiple abortions with his employee. This highlights the importance of being aware of the signs of abuse of power and the need for support systems to be in place for those who may be experiencing it. Owen's actions were a clear abuse of power. He used his status and money to manipulate Gloria into doing what he wanted. He also threatened her by making false accusations and causing her to lose her job. There needs to be a greater effort to create a culture of respect and equality where individuals are not subjected to such horrific experiences. His behavior was not only illegal, but also deeply unethical and morally reprehensible. What makes it worse is that he was able to do this repeatedly over a span of 4 years without being caught. It is a reminder that we should always be vigilant and aware of the warning signs of abuse of power and that no one is above the law. So she used the $70,000 he'd given her over the years to sue him. As expected, Owen fought back. His lawyers argued that Gloria was lying and that she'd actually slept with him. Otherwise, why would she agree for abortions? But Gloria stood firm and even provided proof that she'd been in a relationship for 5 years, although she'd never slept with her boyfriend. The physical and emotional toll of the forced abortions, coupled with the trauma of being manipulated and controlled by her employer, will likely have lasting impacts on her life. However, with the support of other victims and the justice system, she and the other women can begin to heal and move forward. He told her that he knew very well that she was sleeping with someone else and that's why she had miscarried so many times. Then suddenly, one day out of nowhere, Owen called her. He offered her a deal. If she allowed him to pay for an abortion, he would give her a letter stating that she'd worked for him for 4 years. Gloria, who desperately needed the letter to find a new job, accepted his offer and flew to New York to get the abortion. And now he wanted her to keep his child. In disbelief, Gloria replied that she'd never slept with him and that he must be mistaken. She also denied ever being pregnant by anyone else. However, Owen wasn't convinced and fired her right away. She couldn't go anywhere or take a day off because she didn't have access to a car and relied on Owen for rides home. The only time she got to take a break was when Owen came over to see the kids. For a while, everything seemed fine, but then she started hearing from other women. It turned out that Owen had done the same thing to them. He had forced them into multiple unwanted pregnancies and abortions, paying for everything and pretending to be concerned. And despite the fact that he was supposed to take care of them, he would instead hand them over to Gloria and disappear again, leaving her alone with the children. At the time, he was married to Hilary Von Palmer, a former producer for Fox News. Then one night she woke up in the middle of the night and started bleeding heavily. She went to the bathroom and saw that she was having a miscarriage. During this time, she had 2 more miscarriages, and Owen still paid for her treatment and gave her money every time. Throughout this period, Gloria never received any kind of explanation from Owen and struggled to understand why she kept getting pregnant. But she wasn't the only one who was clueless. She called Owen to tell him about it, but he acted like he didn't hear anything. He told her to call him back the next day. Gloria felt devastated and confused. Was this miscarriage related to the stress? And how could Owen act like nothing happened? Her condition meant that there was no hope of her surviving long term. So the Palmers made the heartbreaking decision to place their daughter in hospice care. The couple were considered an influential duo and were always involved in high society events. She agreed but soon realized that spending time with the children was far more challenging than usual. The kids missed their parents and were often inconsolable. During these tough times, Gloria said she would do whatever it took to calm the children down. And sometimes that meant letting them watch more TV than usual, not making them do chores, or allowing them to stay up late. To everyone around them, they were the perfect couple. That was until the birth of their 4th child, baby Rebecca, when things started to fall apart. Baby Rebecca was born with several health issues and was eventually diagnosed with microcephaly, cortical dysplasia, and paraventricular nodular heterotopia. The couple needed someone to look after their son and daughters while they spent time at the hospice, and they asked Gloria to take on the role. She also noticed that Owen started coming around more often. He would arrive home early from work and spend time playing with the kids before Gloria would leave. It seemed like a normal father-child relationship, except for one strange thing: Owen never held his daughter. He was loving and caring with his 3 other children, but whenever Rebecca was around, he seemed distant and cold. Soon enough, the situation changed again. Owen and Hilary announced that they were getting a divorce. Over time, the stress of the situation started to affect Gloria's health, and she started suffering panic attacks. A few days later, she miscarried again. This time, Owen finally reacted and sent his mother to take care of the children while he dealt with Gloria. Gloria continued working for the Palmer family for another year. As the years passed, rumors started circulating through the neighborhood about Gloria and Owen. Owen's response surprised her. Now jobless, Gloria was left confused and afraid. She didn't know where to turn to next and even stopped going to church for advice. When she returned, Owen gave her the letter and Gloria went on with her life. Gloria and the other women then did the unthinkable. They teamed up to bring Owen to justice. The case lasted for 2 years. Owen tried to reach settlements with all the women, but they refused to accept any money unless he admitted to his crimes. Though Owen's crimes were finally exposed, Gloria still struggles with the trauma. Owen is a prime example of how seemingly successful and respectable individuals can hide dark secrets behind their image. For Gloria, the road to recovery will be long and difficult. The case also raises important questions about the role of society in protecting vulnerable individuals from abuse of power. This case is truly disturbing. A powerful man using his status and wealth to manipulate a woman into multiple abortions is appalling.